Hello, we are live, we are live.
You're live.
Yeah, we are live.
Okay.
We're live. Let me see if you're there. Who is joining us? We're waiting for you in class. Hello. Hello, who is joining us? Let me hear you in the chat section if you can hear me. Hello. Are you there? Okay. Please, can you type in the section, in the comment section? Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, so our people are on. I will be introducing the next speaker is here with us. He's a tech guru. Okay, Tosin, thank you so much for availing yourself for this training. Our people are live, and please, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Okay. So, um, hi, welcome. We are looking at a different subject now. We are looking at how to work smarter in this. My name is Mr. Tosin Fadoju. It's actually my first live stream. Interesting but true. I rather do offline usually. So, in this first discourse, we'll be considering. I hope you have your. If you are online, can you drop a message so that I can know you are hearing me? Please, it's important to me that I'm sure that you are hearing me. Thank you. If you can hear me, if I need to speak louder, or if I'm shouting, please drop a message, drop a comment so that I can know how I'm doing. I can't actually hear myself, and it's my first time too. Okay, okay. So let's look at graphics design. Usually, when you do graphics design, you're talking things like Corel Draw, you're talking things like Adobe Image Ready or um, Photoshop, you know. But it's a lot easier when you actually decide to do it using AI. It helps your work, it reduces the volume of work you need to do. So we'll be using a quick drag and drop to begin with. We'll be using a quick drag and drop concept, which is Canva. But this is how we approach it. We approach it from an AI perspective. So let's go. Now, if you want to do a simple graphic design and maybe you want to create a logo or you want to create a flyer for an event, or maybe if there's your promotion party in the office and you just want something simple, something that's simple and nice, you know, and you really don't want to bore yourself with having to do a lot of creation. How do we go about it? I'll be showing you that quickly, and then if you have questions, we can actually go from there. Yes. So, first of all, we'll be using our ChatGPT. We'll be using ChatGPT. ChatGPT is actually the foremost AI app out there. There are a lot of other apps, and I'll be showing you how to link with some of these apps as we go along. So, here we are. Okay. How do we create that? How do we make that happen? You can actually prompt ChatGPT to, excuse me, you can actually prompt ChatGPT to help you make that happen. So this is how we do it. You just ask it in basic English language. It doesn't need any special. I'm sure some of us already use ChatGPT. So you tell it create a flyer for, as you can see, it gave me a suggestion. Let's just choose this for my upcoming art exhibition. So it has given me this is blank. Okay, can you see what I'm doing now? Can you see it? So you are telling ChatGPT that this is what you want to achieve. Can you see it now? Can you see my screen now? If you can see my screen, please say something in the comment section so that I'll be sure I'm carrying you along, please. If you can see my screen, say something in the comment section so I can be sure that I'm carrying you along, please. Thank you. And if you can't see my screen, please also let me know. So here, as you can see now, this is what I want ChatGPT to create. Now it's asking me for this information, but that's not what I want. I want it's a sample, it's a sample template. So I would give it a little more prompt so that it can help us a little more. So I'll ask you to use placeholders. So ChatGPT on its own can actually create things like this. As you can see, ChatGPT is going ahead now to create. It's going to take a bit of time. ChatGPT is, you can see what it's saying. You can see what ChatGPT just said. Um, so it's going to take a bit of time. So now, if you are stuck on this and you have a deadline to this, what do you do? Does this mean that you can't move forward? No. All you need to do is just come over to GPTs here, and you can see Canva is already there. So clicking on Canva now will allow you to be able to create your design using Canva. That's what it will allow you to do. It will allow you to create your design using Canva. So you click on Start Charts. You can see suggestions at the top there. So flyer. I need a beautiful flyer for my upcoming art exhibition. Life is not as easy. I just live again, so please cheer me on. I appreciate every well done that I get. Yeah, thank you. So let's move on. I need a beautiful flyer for my upcoming art exhibition. So look at what's asking for more information, which if you are actually trying to create something that is real and original, you will want to provide that information for chat for the for Canva. So let me show you. You just do that and you put a comma after it. So what is the name? The name is Glorious Day. That's the name of the exhibition. What day? What date? What's the date, time, and location? The date should be 22nd of July. You can actually do this 22nd 06 25 by 2 p.m. at St. Paul's Catholic Church Cathedral, Mbosi. Then it puts a comma. Then what type of artists are being featured? You can, in my own case, if I want to copy this and paste it, but let's assume you actually have something in particular in mind, you can actually include that here. You understand? And then it's a solo exhibition. Exhibition, yes, there are. special guest performances, special guest and performances. So that's it. So as you can see, it's talking to Canva. Now it's asking me if now this is important for you to watch stuff. Only allow sites you trust. So there are a lot of sites out there that are linking to ChatGPT, and you really don't want to get caught up in this data breach that is going on online, cybersecurity and all. So be careful. That's why it's even asking you to confirm. So I'm going to go ahead and confirm because I know Canva, but if it's a site you do not know, please do not click on that. So as I'm doing this, I hope you are getting your own ideas and you're actually following through and you are creating exactly what I'm creating because this is basically hands-on, not something you just look at me to do. See, see, see what the first one is looking like. Now, look at what the second one is looking like. It's an art exhibition and it chooses to give me this. But let's assume you are looking at this and you're like, okay, this is nice, but not exactly what I want. I want to actually be able to edit this. What do? Just click on the option. It takes you right into Canva for you to be able to edit it on Canva directly. So you can see, I could look at this and be like, no, this is not exactly what I want. And someone else could look at it and be like, wow, this is basic and it will satisfy me. The person can go ahead and use this. Um, if you see any image that has the Canva written on it with this barbed wire stuff, it shows it's a premium image. And if you don't have Canva Pro, it doesn't mean you get stuck. All that simply means is go and change the elements. You can change your elements here. You can change your elements here by just clicking what kind of art background, art exhibition. Now, Canva has its own form of AI, which means Canva can help generate images that do not even exist as it is. So whatever images you generate, there is nothing like copyright or plagiarism, all of that. No, it doesn't exist. Even if you are using the free version. So let's assume I want to do that and I'm asking Canva, inspire me, just do something. Here you can see Canva has created some images, but I want my own unique images. So I'm giving it some time to do that for me. Um, yeah. If you can see me, if you can see me, I would really appreciate it if I can hear you say something. Just drop a message in the comment section for me. Thank you. So I guess you can't see what I'm doing on Canva, right? So I'm doing that now. This is the reason why you said? Yes, I'm sharing the screen. So I've switched my tab to for them to be able to see what I'm doing on Canva. So we have moved to Canva now. I didn't know. Good Lord. I didn't know you were not seeing this. I'm sorry. I didn't know you were not seeing it. It didn't show. It's my first live, guys. So please, there's a little bit of hitch here and there, but I promise you, we have you as hearts. So here we are. Now, you see, Canva generated an image for me, and I've dropped this image right where I want it. I've dropped this image right where I want it. What if I do not like this design? I feel like for me, I feel this design is very basic. Someone else could look at it and be like, "Wow, this is okay. This can sell." But I mean, for me, I don't think it will sell. So I just come over here to design, come to design, and then search for art gallery. You can basically search for basically anything, and you will see a sample template that you can actually use. So here I'm using art gallery flyer. So I'm using art gallery flyer here. And As I'm using Art Gallery Flyer here, as you can see different. Look at them. Just look at this. Just look at this one. I think I like this one a lot. I think I like this one. I mean, most times when I come to Canva, I just look for something that is already similar to what I'm trying to create. Yeah, and just pick it, and then it will ask you. This is free Canva, by the way. You can also use Adobe Expression to achieve the same thing. Here it tells us this particular one is premium, so we can't use it. Anyone you see this crown next to it is premium, but doesn't mean we cannot create something that looks exactly like that. We actually can, um, depending on how much time we actually have on our hands, you know. But you see the one I'm using now, this one, it's not premium. It's basically as simple as the one we used earlier, and yes, I can change it to this one, and then all I will need to do. But this is premium. Okay, yes, I must say I noticed on Canva that most of the items on the right are actually premium, and the ones on the left are actually free templates that you can use most of the time. Most of the time, the ones on the left, uh, we can see it doesn't always work that way. However, coming to this place here, I've included this one, an art exhibition, and we can edit this to actually look exactly like what we want it to look like. Annual art exhibition, free entry. This is an image. If I need another image, I do not like that one. I can I can actually request for a free image here, image of person. So here I'm looking for the image of a person who is looking at art. So person looking at art here, or person in a gallery, person in a gallery. Okay, person in a gallery, photos, real photos. Here we are. I think I like this one. So you can adjust the image so that it can give you the feel that you want. And you see it's already beginning to look different. And you can change the color of, you know, of everything here. This is easy drag and drop. And then it all depends on the style that you want to actually create. It must be beautiful when you look at it before others. You don't want to wait for other people to tell you, oh, this is lovely. You want to be able to say to yourself that, oh, what I created is actually lovely. So when you play around with these things, you you try to make the colors blend, and then you see this is what you begin to achieve. This is what you begin to achieve. This is just a sample to show you what Canva is capable of doing, and I want you to actually go out there and do something with Canva. Do something with Canva, um, for your church, for your siblings' upcoming wedding, for a family reunion, for a homecoming. Just do something with Canva. Get playful with it. This can actually become a much bigger skill for you when you actually get into an organization, and then the graphics designer is not present and you need to create something for your department quickly, and you create something amazing that your manager looks at it and is like, wow, this is beautiful. And you know what they say about making your manager happy. When you make your manager happy, you get promoted faster. So yes, that is what I would say about this. So okay, remember I actually said we featured artists. So yeah, as you can see. And then here you can enter your information. You can enter your information here, here, and I would rather have this in black. It's in black. I think it's will be better in black. This one. So I think for me, looking at this already, it's actually um it looks like something. It looks good already. But this is simple, and you remember we just did this in seconds. I have not adjusted any text here, but that is not difficult to do. I mean, this is 2025. You can adjust all of this. And by the way, if you are even concerned about what information you want to put in spaces like this, you can just come back all the way to your chat GPT and you prompt it and tell and request for text to add to my design. I like to give it an adjective, relevant text, relevant text to add to my design. This is like the paint of the future. You know how Microsoft Paint used to be? Yes, this is the new Microsoft Paint. Everybody should be able to design amazing, but it's better, much better, because you can design standard flyers and logos too. You know, um, so here we are, experience the captivating fusion of paint, sculpture. I just copy this and then I put it right inside my design here. Okay, so that is that about Canva. Why I say that is you need to just go in there and play with all of these things. I actually use Canva a lot where I work to create a lot of flyers rather than having to go design from the scratch using Corel Draw. I create I can't show you some of my work here because my work is not saved on this particular system, but I have great creative designs. When you look at them, you be wowed by most of them. And guess what? I used Canva to create all those things. So it's easy to actually create and it's easy to create. Canva is amazing. I just say that Canva is amazing. So do you want to create a flyer? Do you want to create a logo? You have it here. You have it here. Um, Canva. Be my guest. So if you have questions, specific questions that you want me to address concerning what I just spoke to you about on graphic design, please drop your question in the comment section so that I can address it or we can move on to this is a master class, remember. I would attempt to answer your questions as satisfactorily if that grammar is correct as I can. Yeah, I will. So just 1 minute, drop your questions, and then if there are no questions, we can move over to the last section for today, which is your workflow from Google Form to which is your workflow from Google Form. No, 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 I'm not using the paid. It's not the paid. This is free. Oh, this is free ChatGPT. It's actually there. It's free ChatGPT right there. Or if you come to your ChatGPT um, templates, your free ChatGPT template is right there. To your that sidebar on your sidebar, you see where it's written GPTs. So you click on GPTs, and you have all these integrations that already exist there. So the one I decided to use, okay, I'm on that screen now. I'm on that screen now. So the one I decided to use, please help me with this. So the one I decided to use is password there, please. The one I decided to use is Canva. As you can see, this sidebar, you see GPTs right here. The only one that I think you need to actually have a paid version for is Sora. Sora is a video generating platform. That's the one I know you have to be on premium before you can actually use. But these GPTs can actually use them. So is there any other question? Is there any other question coming from our our brethren on that side? Okay, so I think I should move into our workflow then. Let's just assignments. I love assignments. And these assignments should be submitted promptly. So I want you to actually choose a design that you want to create on Canva, a design which I will assess and approve, um, on an event, on any upcoming event, or just choose, decide what it could be for you. Could be a birthday party, it could be a wedding anniversary, your parents' wedding anniversary, your siblings' wedding anniversary, or a get together, you and your friends, or something similar. Just I want you to be original. I used a sample here, but I want you to do something original, something that resonates with you. It works that way. Let's work that way. So you choose what it is you want to achieve, and then after choosing that, let's say your sibling's birthday party is coming up in November and you want to create a flyer for it. So okay, Chinuke's birthday party. So Chinuke's birthday party right here in your chat GPT, start the chat. So we want to design a, a beautiful birthday flyer for Chinuke for my my sister's birthday party. Hmm? Okay. Yeah, it's an assignment. So you are doing this for yourself. You get, you're designing for my sister's birthday party. Full stop. So don't you can't use sister's birthday party anymore because I've used that. Okay, play with it. Look at what it's asking you. The more details you provide, the better the flyer design will match your vision. Give you more information. When you do that, when you do that, it will give you at least two options. I do not want to do that, so I'll just say, please just design. Please design. When you give it more information, it brings you to this point where you confirm that yes, you're actually the one who instructed ChatGPT to communicate with Canva. And then once you have done that, it generates exactly what it is you're looking for. So earlier I had asked ChatGPT itself to create a card from you. As you can see, we've created at least two cards, but on ChatGPT, it hasn't still created what I asked it to create. Why? Because it says lots of people are creating images right now. So this might take a bit. We'll notify you when your image is ready. Just imagine we had to wait for ChatGPT to create that design for us. We would have waited forever. So I actually would rather use ChatGPT. We can use Adobe Expression to actually achieve the same result, but my go-to is usually Canva. Yes. So that is that about that. So let's wrap up with your workflow. Your workflow when you are um, when you are supposed to create a form. Forms have become a very important part of our lives, as you all know. We use forms for a lot of things, and it's actually for data collection. Yes. So when you are actually creating a form, how can ChatGPT or AI in particular, because ChatGPT is just one generative AI, we have several others. We have Meta AI, we have the one that's owned by Google. I keep forgetting its name. Yeah, so we have a lot of them. We have UChat, we have so many of them out there. But ChatGPT for me is the foremost. We even have X. Remember, Twitter actually has its own AI. Huh? Grox. We have Grox, which is Twitter's AI, and it's an amazing AI as well too. But when it comes to scenario-based stuff, I think ChatGPT does it for me, and I'm okay with ChatGPT. So here we are. Here we are. We want. Oh, it's network. Oh, it's network. Oh, men and brethren, it's network. It's network. We are back live. Thank you for being patient with us. It was network. So let's quickly go and see how we can create form. So to create forms, I want to use this. I want to use. I would usually like to start with ChatGPT. So you are in church. You are a staff in church. Many times we look down on these things, but it's important. But and you are a youth leader in church in a very big church, a massive church. Or let me put it further. In your workplace, you're actually asked to collect information about how many people come on time and how many people do not come on time. Or there is a special, or there's a package, there's a something that's about to come up, a provision, maybe an Easter bonus that is supposed to be given to staff, and you are supposed to collect the information of staff with some detail that will help them determine how to share that package, if it's monetary or otherwise. How do you go about doing something like that? First, rather than going around from person to person with pencil and paper saying, please, can I get your information, or asking them to send it to you on WhatsApp, and then you don't need to do all of that. All you need to do is create a form, send the link to them, create a form, send the link to them, you create a form, you send the link to them, and then when they fill the form out, they give you get the information on the link, put it on a spreadsheet, submit your report to your manager, whoever sent you, whoever give you that assignment to carry out, and voila, you can do all of this. Depending on how quickly they submit the forms, their information on that form, you can do all of this in 2 days, and they're like, you're a very productive staff. You deserve a promotion. Is that a promotion? So, how do we achieve something like that? Simple. We create a form. Now, there are so many options for form creation, but the basic thing is what information will be on that form. So they just tell you go get information for people who will receive a specialist package. What information will be on that form, and even you really don't know how to go about it. Writer's block has been made, has been removed thanks to the use of AI. So I can just tell ChatGPT to create a form. Let's go back to ChatGPT. So I tell ChatGPT to create a form for staff who should benefit from a special. I feel people are. I feel some of us are sending messages to me on. Okay, it's probably on WhatsApp because I'm not seeing your responses on. I'm not seeing any. Oh, it turned it off. So the comments are turned off. So if you are on the WhatsApp group, please ask your questions or make your comments on the WhatsApp group. That way to get across to me, because for some reason YouTube is still testing us to be sure YouTube turned off the comments. We'll work on that as soon as this particular project is over. So create a form for staff who should benefit from a special Easter package to fill. So here we are. Now it gives me ideas. It gives me ideas. You can see what it's saying to me. Like it's giving me a very comprehensive form that they can actually, use to make that happen. Now, With the information that I have, we can actually, with the information that we have, we can actually go ahead and create a form. Yes, with the information that I have, we can actually go out and create a form. So we are going to use fillable.ai. The same prompt that I did to ChatGPT, I'm going to copy it from ChatGPT and put it here to to see what fillable will do. A form for staff, and then let's see what it will generate. Website URL, yoursite.com. Yeah, generate style. We can skip this for now since I really don't. But you remember, we are testing. Practice brings perfection. So we want a few questions per page. Confirm style. Form question. Now you see it's asking me what do I want to include on the form. So I'll include the name, the employee ID, department, position. I virtually include everything. I accept dietary restrictions, of course. So if you still want more questions to be added, you click on the add question. Remember, all these ones were generated by AI for me, and I feel it's okay. And from there, it goes ahead to create the form. It goes ahead to create the form for us. Now, it tells us view form. Okay. Okay, so this is the form. Yeah, so let's do mobile view. The internet here is having some issue. Okay, no, we're not doing anything that's restriction. Now, in a case like this, where this happens, what do you do? For me, my easy fallback would be to go back to Google Form or Jot Form and quickly when AI does this, when any AI in particular does this to me, my quick fallback is to go to Google Form quickly and save the day. Since I've already generated the questions that I want to include, it's easy to actually make that happen. It's easy to make that happen. So I come to blank form, and then here the title of my form is simple. It's already included, so it's copy and paste. Remember, it's something I already generated from. Um, it's something I already generated here. I generated it here. So all I need to do is just copy it from here and then paste it here. Feeling like I'm stuck. What do I do? What do I not do? So now this is the first section. I would only work with the first section for the purpose of this class. So here, this is our section. This is how we add section. So this is my section one. Section one, this is section one, and this is section two. So let's go back to section one and include our questions. We are not importing questions, we are adding questions. So here, our first um, question, this is section A, personal details. Now, you can actually change what it looks like. For instance, that I made this a question, but I don't want it to actually be a question. Let's assume I want to upload a file, which we'll be looking at. We can see all the options that are there for that to happen. But for now, this is the title, which should be on top of this. And then I have here personal details. I want to make this bold. I want to make it bold. I'm not underlining it, but I want it to be like this. Then immediately after that, I start to add all this other information. Um, Control V, Control V. I add another question, or I can duplicate this one. And since it's a similar question, and then I put the remaining content there. I put the remaining content there. It's fun for me. Creating forms is something I do a lot where I work, and it's fun for me, especially now that with AI, it helps me work smarter. Creating forms, it's not something I need us to form a committee on anymore. Usually I just use ChatGPT as my own committee, and it's working. It's working. People who watch me work say, "Oh, you're very productive. Oh, how are you able to do all of these things in such short time?" And then of course the cure for work is more work. So of course more work comes in. But I really don't mind because I actually have my I have my backup guy, like I call it, ChatGPT. Fallbacks. And a lot of us use ChatGPT already, but we should use it in very productive ways. Not just asking it to help us check the names of the latest movies out there or a pickup line to talk to a lady. We can use it to improve our productivity. As so, because I use the same type of information here, I want to at this point, because I'm going to use a different request for a different type of uh, question at this point. Now, this one, employment status, I want to use checkboxes instead of just short answers like I used here. I want to use text boxes. So, what are the text boxes I want to put there? First is full time, then the next one is part time, and then contracts. Okay, and then intern. So remember this for a package. So um, we are doing this, and then in minutes, since the generating it through the feel fillable.ai is not working, we can actually use this to feed generate it and get exactly what it is that we want. So when we do this, the next thing we want to do is our responses. When we are getting the responses from people, because you'll be sharing this link in a while, when we are sharing this link and our responses come, our responses will usually appear here in this box. But that does not help our data collection. So we link it to sheets. Is that easy? Create a new sheet, and the name of this sheet will be what we're actually trying to work on, which is Easter package benefit form. Remember, I already gave you an assignment. I'll be giving you another assignment in a moment because you'll be creating something like this. Now, here it's bringing all the information that we'll be receiving from Google Form into our Google spreadsheet. And then that is the step two. of our task. It brings it all into, if you don't have space on your on in your Google Drive, this will not work for you. This will not work for you. So usually it's best you either create a new Google account or email address so that you can actually have ample space to be able to achieve this. By the time you shift all the information you are getting here, from here, you can actually be able to generate your reports based on the information that you are receiving here. So let's say, for instance, an information is given here, and then Mr. James John fills this. His staff ID is maybe 234, and then he's in ICT, and then he's a in ICT, he's a system analyst. He's a system analyst. He filled all this, and then he puts his information here as well. 070123456 yes, and then he has his email address and his employment status. And we have something similar to this, in the departments, just goes all the way down. And then we have several of them in the same departments who are system analysts, probably some are system analyst one, some are system analyst one, some are system analyst two, system analyst one and two. It's an IT firm, system analyst two, system analyst three. What we're trying to achieve with this, what we're achieving with this is, when you collect information in Google Forms, you don't need to start training your eyes saying, oh, how do I print out all this information and start sorting it out by myself? All you just need to do is transfer it to Sheets right here. And then once you have transferred it to Sheets, the information you receive here, like this information, I can copy it. I can copy all this information. Either I copy it like this, or I download it as a Microsoft Excel document or as a PDF document. In this case, I want to generate a report. So I'm downloading it as a PDF document. See how incomplete this form is, this um, spreadsheet is. However, let's see what we can achieve with that incomplete spreadsheet. So, okay, you didn't even see what I was doing. Okay, sorry, you were still in the form and I had shifted to this. Apologies. So here in the in our spreadsheets, you can now see what I was doing all that time you were not seeing me. So this is what I was achieving. This is what I was trying to do here. So I moved from this after generating the questions. I moved to this place when I came to responses and I clicked viewing sheets, it brought me here. And then all the information that I would receive in my Google form is transferred here. Now, for my reports, I'll just bring it back to ChatGPT and add my file. You can see you add your file here, and then you generate your reports. You add your file here, come to your downloads, and then you tell ChatGPT to generate a report. Sorry, for the Easter using this document. Let's see what happens. ChatGPT is amazing, really, it is. It's You see, so you see, it has given me the report and then included observations, as you can see. Only one complete entry. Can you see? Because probably some people did not really put the information that they should have put in. So by the time I'm submitting this to to my manager or the person who gave me the assignment, he's seeing the reason why the form looks the way it looks. So you see, you can actually see what I'm seeing, I'm sure. Yeah, you can see it. So it now provides its recommendation. Now this can actually still be stepped down. Look at what it said. It's asking me what would you like me to do. So now I'm asking it to generate a PDF summary, and then what it does. What ChatGPT do its thing. Watch ChatGPT do its thing. I really hope you are learning something that is useful to you in your bid to become smarter. So here we are. This is the summary report, and then the text, which is what we have right here. All we need to do now is to tell ChatGPT to actually generate this as a printable document. Generate this as a printable document, and then we see what happens. Generate this as a printable document. Really? Wow. Um, so I don't think you can see what I'm seeing, so I will share it with you so that you can see it. Um, Windows. So it has generated the printable document for me, and look at it. It's even it even added the logo for me. Okay, and it shows that these staff members did not put any information inside. It included this observation and it included this recommendation. So you see, we have moved from creating forms rather than having to write out and send out A4 papers asking everybody to fill it. We can actually create a form online, which I've shown you how to do in very easy steps. And then after creating the form online, I've shown you how to move the content from that form based on people who fill it into your Google spreadsheet. And then from your Google spreadsheet, I've shown you how you can generate a report, based on what your spreadsheet is saying. I don't know if you have any questions based on what I've just discussed with you. If you have any questions, please you can send it to the WhatsApp platform, or yes, you have to send it to the WhatsApp platform because you can't send it here. Yes. Are there any questions on the WhatsApp platform? There are no questions. If there are no questions, can I get a big thumbs up on the WhatsApp platform if you think if you benefited from what I shared with you? Can I just get a thumbs up so that I know that these people I'm seeing are not bots, but actually people who followed through? Yes. With that, is there any thumbs up? Are you sure these people are not bots? Okay. Thank you. With that, I think I've come to the end of this session. Sandy, thank you.